Why has India's trade deficit, underline word deficit, deficit positive or negative, with Russia increased? Simple common sense, if exports are more, imports are less, it is on the positive side. Exports are less, imports are more, it results in trade deficit. So what is the answer based on that? India imports more from Russia or exports more to Russia? Imports more from Russia than it exports. That obviously results in trade deficit. Question number 3. What is the antonym to the word reluctance? Underline the word reluctance. Write one word form, reluctant. A reluctant person, one combination. Also write reluctant behavior, another combination. You have to know the combinations that help, that knowledge will help in close test. Reluctant behavior, reluctant student. Means what? Willing or unwilling to do something? Unwilling, write the word unwilling to do something. When someone is unwilling, not willing to change, yesterday you got 2 words. What are the 2 words? One we got from the passage, I suppose, stubborn. Remember? Based on that, I give another word, adamant. Both you have to recollect. Positive word or negative word, this one? They want synonym or antonym. So you need a positive word. Aversion, positive or negative? Please write the meaning of the word aversion. Means dislike a lot. Aversion towards English, not advisable. Okay? Please don't. And write the word disgusting. You find something disgusting. Means you don't feel like looking at that disgusting people, disgusting place, disgusting food. Then you develop some sort of aversion, in a way related to each other. Does it go with this context? But we need a positive word, right? Aversion is a negative word. Decision means firm. Indecision, not firm. I usually give 2 words. Someone is not firm in his or her decision making, keeps changing. What are the words you have to use? One is a fickle-minded person. Remember we got the other day. And British English, we also say fickle-minded. What do Americans say? Scatterbrained. That you have to recollect. We also got the word reticent, not the same form. Write the word reticent. Means speak a lot or speak a little. Say a few words. Taciturn also you can recollect. Say a few words. Reticent, taciturn. And also some people, usually they don't speak much. We use a label, reserved. He is a reserved person. She is a reserved person. Don't ask for whom. Okay? No. Some people initially talkative, social, dynamic, outgoing, aggressive. But a particular incident, they start withdrawing. They don't mingle with others. They don't interact with others. What is the word for those people? Write the word recluse. We say he has become a recluse. A recluse means a withdraw from social life and keep to oneself. That's a negative word. Does it? Can we use reticence? No. A resistance, in a way that is also reluctant to do something. So only one positive word. Which one is that? Enthusiasm. That is the answer. What initiative did the Reserve Bank of India introduce in July 2022? They wanted to use rupee as a currency in place of dollar. Which option is that? A plan to use rupees in foreign trade. Third option, yes or no? Passage, you guys are responding so well. That is really amazing. Other questions you are not responding. Usually it is the other way. Anyhow, we'll go to the next one. Why are most private banks cautious when doing business with Russia? You all know because of Russia-Ukraine war, Western countries, NATO, they imposed a lot of sanctions, and any violation, obviously, they have to face the penalties. This is sheer common sense. Based on that, what is the answer? Concerns about Western penalties. Background information is required. Question number 6. What is a synonym to the word instability? Stable, not stable, instability. Fluctuation, stable or not stable? So you don't have to go beyond sometimes, but check all the words, value addition point of view. Security, not correct. Solidity, not correct. Uniformity, not correct. What is the meaning of the word robust? Write the meaning if you don't know. Robust means very strong. Very strong. So what is the answer here? Fluctuation. Write one word in your notebook. Wavering. Have you heard of this word? Some people, they cannot decide. They keep moving this side, that side. Then what do you say? Wavering mindset, not advisable. You have to stick to one thing. In a way related to fluctuation. What types of goods does India export to Russia? Is it machinery, medicines and tea? Which option is that? That is the answer clearly mentioned in the passage. Fill in the blank with suitable word to make the sentence grammatically and contextually correct. Here, this is meant to make trade between the two countries easier and more widespread. Getting around current problems. So what getting around? Can you say possible getting around? Is it grammatically correct? No. Possibility getting around. A possibility would have been correct. Probable, possible you don't consider, you cannot consider probable also, based on the word form. What is the fourth option? Possibly getting around current problems. Then it is right. You can also say probably, but the word form is not there. Probability is not correct. So what is the answer here? Fourth option is the answer. Who has got all the 8 correct? Raise your hands. That is outstanding. What are these about? Error location. Shall we see? No, when I say something, I mean it. It carries a lot of weight. Not because I'm saying. As a person, based on my expertise and experience, I've seen thousands of students. I say something, you have to be happy. You're good at passage, you're doing well. That means a compliment. It is not just to praise you people. Do you understand what I say? That is outstanding in the real sense. Let us go to error location, the very first one. She carefully planted. She planted something. How? Carefully. What is carefully? Adverb. She planted, subject, verb. Any problem here? Ask a question, she carefully planted what? A much variety. Can you say much variety? Do you have to use the word much here? Then without much, what do you get? Planted what? A variety of flowers in a garden to attract butterflies and bees. So which part is not correct? Simply strike off the word much. A variety is enough, a variety of plants or variety of flowers. But underline the word plant. Tell me which part of speech is it here? She planted. Verb. Usually plant is what? Noun. Here in this context you have to know one more word. Please write the word weed. Weed means unwanted plant in a garden. In a garden you have plants of your choice. But there is a saying in English. What is it? Man proposes, God disposes. Have you heard of that? Say yes or no. You want nice plants, but God does not think so. Then what do you get? Unwanted plants. So what is the name for unwanted plants in the garden? That is a noun. As a noun, make a note, negative word. But weed is also a verb. As a verb, it's a positive word. Write the meaning. As a verb, it means to remove the unwanted plants, to remove the weeds. I hope you guys are writing. I have a request for you people. If you don't want to write, you don't want to listen, please don't come. I want only those who are serious about enriching the knowledge. Save your time, save my time. Is that clear? Why do I say this? I see some students not writing. Then what is the point in coming? Answer my question, can you remember by listening? If that is the case, we should tell those who manufacture notebooks, pens, pencils to stop immediately. Why? Our students are so good at listening, they don't have to write. So please do write. As a verb, positive or negative? What does it mean? There is one more word you have to know. Please write the word dust. Dust as a noun, negative word. I removed the dust, negative. But dust can also be used as a verb. As a verb, it's a positive word. I dusted the table. I dusted the table means what? I removed the dust from the table. It's a positive connotation. So you got to be a little careful when it comes to these words. Shall we go to the next one? The ancient ruins, underline the word ruins, stood as a testament, like a statement, of the once great civilization that thrived there. Here actually the key says, which part? The third part, am I right? So what is wrong with the third part? Will you say the great civilization or the once great civilization? Usually we say the great civilization of ancient something. Based on that, there is an error in the third part. Please strike off. The ancient ruins stood as a testament of the great civilization that thrived there. But here there is one word you have to know. First you write the word ruin. Ruin, part of speech, write verb. As a verb it means to spoil. He ruined the party. Means what? He spoiled the party. He ruined our mood. Means he spoiled our mood. But write the plural form, ruins. Ruins, noun. As a noun it means the remaining parts of a monument. Write the meaning. Remaining parts. Have you written the word ruins? Remaining parts of, usually of, a monument. Underline the word monument. When you see the word monument, you have to recollect something. Tell me, what are you supposed to recollect? There is a rule that goes with articles. Tell me, what is it? Before any monument, we have to use a definite article, the. That you have to recollect. So write one example. The Taj Mahal. Oh, very good. But some students say, sir, why to go to Agra? We have the Charminar here. So you can write that example also, the Charminar. Do remember that's an important one that I've given a few times. Shall I go to the next one? The concert, underline the word concert, was a huge success with fans cheering, underline the word cheering, and singing along to every song. Sing along means together with someone. Here this is again a bit difficult in the sense if you have to decide or choose the fifth option. What is the fifth option? You got to think twice. You have to look at the subject, verb, object, the phrases. What is the subject? Tell me. The concert. Any problem here? Talking about the present or past? Past. So it was a huge success, a standard phrase. A huge success. Any problem here? Please say yes or no. How was it a huge success with fans cheering, shouting, singing along to every song? Is there any problem? So what is the answer here? How many of you have chosen no error? Raise your hands. That is not easy. I appreciate all those students. Others, you thought which part not, fourth part. Which part? No, you haven't thought. What you thought wrong? Along. Please write this expression. Sing along with me. Write the complete words, but don't sing now. Okay, I'm not going to sing. Sing along with me. Say along with me. Sing along with me. This is a standard expression. Come along. Write one more expression we use in conversation English. Come along with me. Come along with me means you're asking someone to join you. It's a standard expression. Now you may wonder, you may ask, sir, how do we know all these standard expressions? That's a $1,000,000 question. Yes or no? Tell me, how do you know all these standard phrases, standard expressions? How do you know? What is the source? Or I'll change my question, what are the sources? There are two sources. One, you got to listen to someone who is good at English. Second, you have to read a lot. First option you have or you don't have. Except with Muti sir, you don't have. Yes or no? Only I use English all the time. But outside you go, what is the language used? Telugu. So only one option. Which one is that? It's like Hobson's choice. Hobson's choice means what? No choice. You have to read. Now the actual question, how many of you read? Raise your hands. Read what? You all know what it is. We stop there. That is a problem. Let us see what is the meaning of the word concert. I think we have got many a time. So please write musical program. Musical program, either vocal or instrumental. A musical program, vocal or instrumental. Underline the word instrumental. Tell me, why should you underline? What is so special? What is the grammar rule you have to recollect? Any instrument, before an instrument, we have to use a definite article, the. The flute, the guitar, the tabla, the veena. They have given many a time. That you have to recollect. Shall I go to the next one? Question number 12. Despite his efforts, he could not convince them. Any problem? To change his mind for the project. Before you respond, I will ask a question. Forget about the phrase despite his efforts. Keep in brackets. What is the subject? You tell me now. He could not convince whom? Them. So what is them here? Subject or object? Object plural or singular? Based on that, will you say his or their mind? Oh, wonderful. So where is the error? Fourth part, there is an error. Third part, fourth part, that one. Oh, they started this side. So change their mind, not his mind. How many of you have got this one right? Good, you are on the track. Next one. The newlyweds, you know the meaning of that? Danced under the twinkling lights. Subject, the newlyweds, a noun phrase. Danced where? Under the twinkling lights. Any problem here? Lost in the rhythms of music. They got lost. Sometimes you guys get lost in your thoughts. Yes or no? You get disconnected from the master. So anything wrong with this part? How many of you have chosen the fifth option, no error? Oh, wonderful. Not easy, but. Shall I go to the next one? Over. Who has got all the 5 correct? Error location. Good. All the 5. Who got 4 correct? 3 correct. In my opinion, 3 easy. 2 made trouble under pressure. What is this about? Parajumble. A bit challenging in my opinion. Let us take elimination approach. Can you consider A as the first one? Underline the pronoun its. Can you consider B? Yes. Can you consider C? Yes. Why not? Yes. Can you consider D? No. So you cannot consider A and D. And can you consider E? Perhaps, because it starts with the noun, the planet Earth. But what is the first one here? Earth's name. No, not that one. Earth, third planet from the sun and the 5th largest planet in the solar system in terms of size and mass. How many of you have chosen B as the first one? But don't you think there's a problem here? Tell me, what is the problem? Answer my question. Do you see a verb in this part? Earth, comma, third planet from the sun and the 5th largest planet in the solar system in terms of size and mass. Is there a verb in the part? Then how could you choose that one? Hmm? Based on what you chose. But you notice that. So what is the second one here? Have you chosen A? Here, its single most outstanding feature is that the writer talks about the planet Earth first, introduces the planet Earth, but there's a problem. Here, comma should not be there. Please add the primary auxiliary is. Make the correction. Earth is the third planet. Use a definite article the. Before ordinal numbers, we have to use a definite article the. Earth is the third planet from the Sun and the fifth largest planet in the solar system in terms of size and mass. There is a full stop. No comma. That means we need a verb. No sentence without a verb. You all know that. Its single most outstanding feature is that its near surface environments are the only places in the universe known to, what is that? Harbor life. Underline the word harbor. In this context, harbor means to provide shelter. Write the meaning. To provide shelter. Or to have life. Then it talks about what? Nomenclature. Nomenclature means what? Name. Related to name. Earth's name in English, the international language of astronomy, derives from Old English and Germanic words for ground and earth. And it is the only name for a planet of the solar system that does not come from Greco-Roman mythology. Underline the word. It is not mythology. How do you pronounce it? Mythology. Perhaps you can consider C, but what is the next one? Earth is part of the observable universe. Underline the word universe. The region of space that humans can actually or theoretically observe with the aid of technology. Actually, ED form a pair. Yes or no? Why? Because of the word universe, observable universe. D also talks about the same. Unlike the observable universe, the universe is possibly infinite or infinite. Not easy in my opinion. Who has got this order? That is outstanding. You may ask, sir, why? Why not start with Earth's name? You can say that also. Yes or no? We can start with C, Earth's name, then we can go to B, then we can go to A. That is also possible, but we don't know from where they took. We don't know the source. So we have to go with the key. But logically thinking, grammatically, you can consider C also. Nothing wrong with that in my opinion. Shall I go to the next set of questions? What are these about? The sudden increase in sales was attributed. The sudden increase in what? In sales was attributed. Which tense is that? Past tense, active voice or passive voice? Passive voice. To what? To the successful launch of the new advertising. Ad campaign is a standard phrase we use. You know that it's a silly question. So what is the answer here? Have you chosen the first option? How many of you raise your hands? Not too many. Advertising strategy, event, plan. You cannot consider event. Let us check. Advertising plan you can consider, strategy you can consider, product you cannot consider. On what basis you decide? Tell me. All the three can be used. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? All the three can be used. Contextually, grammatically, absolutely no problem. Advertising plan is any problem? Advertising strategy any problem? Then why the hell we have to choose the first option? That is what we call collocation or word combination. Please write the word collocation. I've been telling you guys, word combinations are very important. That is the reason why I keep giving word combinations. If you know a particular word, imagine you know the word, you don't know the part of speech, you are not ready for the exam. You know the word, you know the meaning, you don't know the part of speech, you are not ready for the exam. You know the word, the meaning, the part of speech. You don't know the word forms, you are not ready for the exam. You know the word, the part of speech, the meaning, word forms, You don't know the word combinations. You are not ready for the exam. Do you understand what I say? All these are very important. You have to acquire every day. So collocation, write the meaning. Word combination. Collocation means what? Word combinations. English has every language has a tag. Tag means what? Name. If you take French language, it is known as the most romantic language. Don't ask me how romantic. English has two tags. One tag, English is known as the most polite language. There is a concept called English gentleman. Who is this English gentleman? He gives a lot of respect when he talks to others, especially when he talks to ladies. That is one tag. Second tag of English, it's a combinational language. There are millions of combinations. Can you learn millions of combinations? Is it possible? By taking a list and mugging up? Impossible. You have to learn from the context whenever you come across. So if you read a lot, imagine you have read a few articles related to advertising, business, then we use certain words like branding, marketing campaign, marketing influx, or marketing dynamics, ad campaign. What is the typical for branding? Ad agencies launch a campaign. If you know that, it's a silly question. You don't know that, then you have to struggle. Or first one or second one or fourth one. So what is the answer here? Ad campaign. I appreciate those who have chosen that. Shall I tell about the importance of advertising? Yes, sir. Imagine someone is doing business and not advertising. Advertising must or not must? Doing business without advertising is like winking at a girl in the dark. Have you got it? Only you know what you did, the girl doesn't know. Like that, no advertisement, your business nobody knows. We have to advertise. I hope you guys are getting it. Next one, the sudden increase, that is over. Let us go to 20. The novels, intricate. Intricate already we have got. What does it mean? Complicated, not complicated. Interwoven, deeply connected. Intricate plot means the main thing. And complex characters have earned it critical acclaim. Underline the word acclaim. Means a positive talk, positive name, positive image. Context is positive or negative. And underline the word novel. That goes with which field? Scientific, artistic, technological, medical. So what is the answer? In the literary community. Easy to answer. Based on one word. Which word is that? Novels. And please write two words in your notebook. First you write the word, I think we got this yesterday, fraternity. Fraternity means what? Two meanings are there. One is brotherhood. Fraternity means what? Brotherhood. But another meaning, fraternity, people of a particular profession. People of a particular profession also we say fraternity. For example, medical fraternity means those who work in the field of medicine. Fashion fraternity, all those who work for the fashion industry. Have you got the second meaning? Fine. So, and two more words you have to write. Please write these words. First you write the word fiction. Then you write the word non-fiction. Tell me what is the meaning of the word fiction. Imagination, like our Telugu movies, hero, heroine, villain, that stuff. And what is non-fiction? Based on facts and figures, reality, society, practices, all these. Do you guys read English novels? Is the mic on? Nice joke, sir. Oh. Next one. To ensure the safety of all participants, the organizers decided to postpone the marathon. You all know the word marathon, long distance. Due to severe what? What sort of conditions? Can you say training conditions? No. Economic conditions, health conditions, logistical conditions, possible, but here weather conditions more appropriate. They had to postpone. Her dedication, underline the word dedication, positive or negative? You're all dedicated students. Thank you, sir. I mean it. You have to acknowledge her dedication to preserving the environment led her to pursue a career in what sort of science? Environment, obvious. These are nice questions or silly questions? You should be very unhappy to deal with these questions. Don't be happy, be unhappy. They are bringing down your intellectual caliber. Questions have to raise your standards. You understand what I say? No, these are all, in my opinion, these are not questions at all. What are these about? Phrase replacement. The manager proposes that the implementation, can you say OFF or you have to say OF? First you strike off this. The manager proposed, what is the subject here? Third person singular. If it is in present, you cannot say propose, you have to say proposes. So strike off this one. Propose that the implement, can you say implement or you have to say implementation of? So propose the implementation of, hold the third option. Propose that the implementations, can you say implementations? No. So what is the answer here? The third option, propose the implementation of something. This is also, in my opinion, a silly question. Shall I go to the next one? Early warning systems, underline, what is the subject here? Early warning systems. It's a noun phrase. In any phrase, the last word is a key word. What is the last word here? Put a star mark, systems. Systems singular or plural? Will you say does not or do not? How many options with does not? Strike off. How many options with do not? Two options. You have to decide between the second and the third. Early warning systems do not exist or do not exist. So what is the answer here? Answer my question, do not exist. The word exist, which part of speech is it? First you tell me which part of speech. Verb. And which form is it? At any cost don't use V1, V2, V3 in my presence. Tell me which form is it? There is an important rule I am trying to make you guys recollect. Underline do, do not. Underline the helping verb do. After any helping verb, if you have to use a verb, that should be in which form? Bare infinitive. That's an important rule. I've told many a time. So what is exist here? Right? Bare infinitive. What is bare infinitive? Basic form without to. I don't go there. Go. What is go? Bare infinitive. I don't like. Like is what? Bare infinitive. I will buy that. Will is a helping verb. What is buy? Bare infinitive. Do remember an important rule. Shall we go to the next one? You may be poor, but if you work hard, underline the word if. I always tell students, when you try to spot the errors, there's one video of mine, there are 20 tips I have given. And when you see certain words, you have to become alert. And your focus should be based on that particular word. They act as the clues. So the moment you see the word if, you have to underline. And you have to think of which topic. Conditionals. So how many conditionals do we have? 3. Broadly 3. Present conditionals, past conditional, 0 conditional. But present conditionals are 2 in number. What are they? Open conditionals, 0 hypothetical conditionals. Total 4. And the moment you see, if you work hard, it is in which tense? Present tense. But it is not in bold. So present tense, if clause present tense, then you have to tell yourself it is open conditional and main clause should be in future tense. But do you see future tense here? No. How many options with will? Strike off the options with would. So you have to choose between will have a better life or will having. Will having is not correct. Will have a better life and will be have, is it grammatically correct? So what is the answer here? You may be poor, but if you work hard, you will have your children will have a better life and a better opportunity. How many of you have got this one right? Please raise your hands. Wonderful. That's what I expect. Any question based on grammar, Don't miss. You can't afford to miss. You can afford to miss a question based on contextual awareness. Acceptable, excusable. But once you learn grammar, I suppose you have learned grammar in this institute, then question based on grammar, don't miss it at any cost. The director stated, underline the verb, what is the verb here? Stated, is it in present or past? That the success of a company depend on. Now, we can't be so sure, but at the outset, the success of a company depend on, which tense is that? If it is present tense, then we cannot use. What is the reason? Underline the success. That is the subject of this clause. Of a company, put in brackets. Imagine present, then you have to say the success depends. But depends is not there. If it is in past, you have to say the success depended. Dependent is not there. That means the given expression is right or wrong? Wrong. The success of a company depends on, hold this one. Success of a company depending, can you say depending? Please respond. Success of a company's or of a company? Indefinite article, we don't use noun in the plural form. Successes or success? What do you say? Success of a company. Now, how many of you have chosen the first option? But there is a problem. Tell me what the problem is. Had it been, listen very carefully, had it been, the director states that reporting verb is in which tense? No, states, present tense. If the reporting verb is in present tense, present perfect or future, tenses don't change. Then you can say success of a company depends on, nothing wrong. But your reporting verb is in present or past. That means you have to say the success depends or depended on. Do you see that option? Try to change the reporting verb, change it to states. You have to know that. You can't accept blindly. Stated is not right. Stated means you have to use the verb in the past. States, you can say success of a company depends on. Nothing wrong with that. What are these about? Starters. Starters are easy or connectors are easy? Starters are easy. You guys are really... Usually I tell students passage is very difficult. You are answering so well. Starters are difficult, connectors are easy. You are telling starters are easy. Let us check. The city council passed a new ordinance to improve public safety. Something happened, keeping some objective in mind. The ordinance includes measures to reduce traffic accidents. The purpose. The same expression the city council passed, is it right or wrong? Already they have used the same one. You can consider the first option. Have you chosen the first option? To improve public safety, the city council has passed a new ordinance which will improve or which includes measures to reduce traffic accidents. Can you consider the second one? Yes. The ordinance includes, you cannot start with this. You can start with the ordinance which was passed by the city council. Then it is acceptable. But directly you cannot say the ordinance includes. So what is the answer here? 1 and 2. Which option is that? How many of you have chosen the fifth option? Please raise your hands. They are easy for you. Next one. The university implemented a new scholarship program to support underprivileged students. Underline underprivileged. The program offers full tuition coverage and additional stipends. So is it adding two things or contrast or reason or what? What is it about? What are the two things about? Something like related or not related? Related. Contrast, no contrast. No contrast, right? The university implemented, same thing you have to consider, you don't have to consider. To support underprivileged students, the university implemented something. So you can consider this. Can you start with the program offers? The program offers, the program which was implemented would have been better. So you cannot consider. What is the answer again? 1 and 2. Write the meaning of the word underprivileged. That's an important word. Write a few expressions. Privileged means to have the rights, to be in a good position in the society. Underprivileged means no rights, not rich, very poor. There are some expressions you have to know. Underprivileged, next one, downtrodden. Have you heard of this? Downtrodden. Then you write backward communities. Also write marginalized people or communities. The lowest rung, oh, you're still writing, underprivileged, downtrodden, backward communities, marginalized people. We use for those who are very poor. They're not part of the mainstream. They are a bit isolated, lowest level. Then we use all these words. Why are these words important? You all know descriptive English. What are you supposed to write? Essay and letter. So in the past it was manual. Those who corrected the papers, they told me, they would get some words known as power words. So they would be told, if you see these words, you allot marks. Now it is manual or computer? Computer based. They feed certain words to the computer. And the computer sees in your essay or letter those words which are known as power words. Shall I continue? Shall I continue? Thank you. If you use these words which come under power words, you get maximum marks. Simply you write poor people, you may not get marks. But in place of poor people, you write any of these, you get full marks. Because essay writing, letter writing, word limit is there or not there? In that word limit, if you don't use effective words, can they allot marks? Simple words like poor person, rich person, no one is going to allot marks. So very important, do remember. Shall I go to the next one? What is the number? 28, you got the answer? 29, these are connectors. The venue was inadequately equipped for the event. Underline inadequately. Positive or negative? Negative. Its location was inconvenient for most attendees. Positive or negative? Two negative things. You cannot use a contrasting word like nonetheless. Hence you cannot use because they don't depend on each other. They are not related. In a way related, but one does not depend on the other. Even if, because here we are talking about location, not about the infrastructure. Please underline the word location. Even if, can it be used here? No. You have to decide between and besides. This is a little tricky. If you use and, nothing wrong as such. You are adding one more negative dimension. But you use besides. What is the meaning of besides? In addition to. You are trying to emphasize one negative aspect. In addition to that, one more negative aspect. So what is the answer you have chosen? Besides is the answer. Have you chosen? The last one. The quality of education has markedly improved. Positive or negative? The institution implemented a rigorous academic standards. Perhaps it looks like because of something, something happened. Because of what? Rigorous implementation of academic standards. What happened? Quality improved. So based on that, what are the conjunctions used for a reason? We have four conjunctions. Because, since, for. Please write all the four. I will ask a question, you respond. Write because, since one group. Write for as one group. Since and for, they can also be prepositions. Prepositions as well as conjunctions. Here, remember conjunctions. Answer my, all the four are used to express the reason. What is the function of these? Reason. What is the difference? There is a subtle difference. What is the difference? Because and since, strong reason. Please write. We use for a strong reason. For as weak reason. Have you made a note? Once in SBI, they gave a question. He could not attend the meeting as his mother was serious. Right or wrong? What is the right word? Mother serious, a strong reason. Then we cannot say as his mother was serious. We are supposed to say either because his mother was serious, since his mother was serious. Can you use also here? Please respond. In the same way. Specifically? No. Thereafter. So what is the answer? Since is the connector. The quality of education has markedly improved because you substitute. Because of what? The institution implemented rigorous academic standards.